So in this video, I want to get you guys started creating your websites by thinking about and looking at website design. I'm going to walk you through some of the observations that I've made about website design and then show you some of the tips and techniques that you can use to easily turn those observations into actions on the website that you want to build. This video is part of my video series on how to create a website. I highly recommend that you watch the series inside of a YouTube playlist so you can automatically go from one video to the next. You can do that by clicking on the link above me or look in the description below for the full playlist link. I'm Tim from Real Website Hints, and what I want to do is help you easily make a great website. I've made a few websites for people that I know and for businesses and organizations that I've been a part of, and building your website is a huge step. And I really think that no matter where you are in life or with your organization, making a great website is going to help you get closer to your goals. I'm passionate about helping people who want to improve and want to grow. So I look at this entire series as if you're a friend of mine who needs help and advice making a great website. As part of that idea, I'd really like to have your feedback in the comments below. Tell me about what's helping you, tell me about what you find confusing, and if you have ideas or suggestions that can help other people improve the websites that they're making, share them in the comments below. So let's get started looking at how I like to think about website design and take a few steps towards organizing yourself and your ideas so that you can get started making your website. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, in this video, I want to help you get quickly started building your website. And part of working on getting your site done quickly is to take a few moments and make some important decisions about our website and to get a couple of things organized. So here we've got the temporary landing page that we're going to be building for our website. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in an upcoming video. But what I want to show you guys is something that's really important, and that is this first area right here, often called a hero area. And what this is showing us is we've got the name of our company, and then we've got the most important bit of information for people visiting our site to know, and that is that Beachtown Surf Shop is your source for custom surfboards and surfboard repair. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at a couple of other websites examples, and we're going to look at their hero areas. And something I want you guys to start thinking about is, what is your hero area going to say for your website? What is your website about? What are you trying to do? What does your company do? What is the main thing, the very first thing that people need to know when they visit your website? Because that's what you need to do when you're building your site, is figure out what the most important thing for people when they first land on your site to know is, because when they click on your site, you only have a few moments to capture their attention, and you want them to know that they're in the right place. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. So we're going to look at, and we're going to talk about sort of various different things about the design of these websites. So here we are, we're on the Square website. And we can see we've got this hero image, and it's showing a person paying with Apple Pay. So clearly this business does something with payments. And then it says right here, Square works for every business. And then down here a little bit lower, we can see start selling fast. So they're giving the viewer the most important thing about their business right up front. And we can see that in the hero image. We can see it in the text, or what professional marketing people call the copy. And a couple other things we want to look at is the colors used on this website. And you can see there's very few colors used. And I think that's what makes design look really good and elegant, is by having just a few colors. So we'll see here we've got a lot of white, and then we've got this blue, which is standing out, and then sort of these earth tones in the images here. And again, as we scroll down, we can see we've got some blue, a slightly different blue, but still blue. Most of the website is just black and white, and then we've got this sort of earth tones or flesh tone here, and then we've got the white square. As we scroll down here, again, we've got just blue and white, not a lot of colors. We're keeping it very simple and making sure that our message stands out to our viewers. Now, as we scroll down here, we're getting some more colors. We're adding some yellow just to make things pop a little bit. But again, we're not going crazy with the colors. We're keeping the colors simple. We've got one bit of yellow here just to make this section stand out. And then again, we're down to the blue. As we scroll down here, again, just a few colors. So it's important to keep your website nice and elegant looking. You just want to use a few colors. Grays and whites don't really count. It's a good way to balance out the background of your website. But you want to just be very minimal with the colors that you use when you're building your site. All right, let's take a look at another example. I'm going to look at Lyft here. So Lyft has got a really bright, colorful website. But again, if you actually look closely at the colors, you'll see that we're really just using a few colors. We've got basically purple into the pink. Again, here we've got sort of a purple-blue color at the top, and then pink down here. We've got the hero message, which is showing the new logo of Lyft at the time that I made this video. And we've got a little message here sort of indicating to people who want to be drivers, turn miles into money. And then down here, for people who are riders, a ride in minutes. So there's two messages very clearly displayed right the first thing that you see when you go onto their website. And as we scroll down, again, you'll see we're using just a few colors on our website. I mean, this actual whole picture here that they took is purple and pink, so there are two main colors there. And even this graphic here that they've made, you're going to see the pink and the purple, popping up over and over again, just to sort of unify the website, unify the brand, and unify the image as being part of this website and as part of this brand. As we go down the site farther, you're going to see black and white again, keeping it very clean and very simple. And as we get near the bottom of the page, we've got the two hero colors showing up again. We've got this pink, we've got this purple, and then the pink again. And the text is white here because that contrasts really nicely against this sort of dark purple background. And let's go here and look at Tesla. Tesla, basically, they're giving their entire message here pretty much in this hero image. So we've got this great image of a car, so you know that you're at a car company, and then they're giving you what they think is the most important thing for you to know about their car, which is full self-driving hardware on all cars. So we've got this really big, great message showing you what Tesla thinks the most important thing for you to know is about their cars, right there. Now let's go ahead and look at one of the product pages here on the Tesla. Let's look at the Order the Model S page. I just want you guys to really look at the colors used on this page. So the first thing that we're going to see, again, muted colors. They're starting off with a black car, white background. We've got this red button down here. We've got this red showing up here again. And we've got this blue highlight here. And we've got this blue text here. Everything else is white, black, or gray. The best way for your message to stand out and for the information that you're putting on your website to stand out is to have really good high contrast text with background. So either you're using black text with a light color background or you're using white text with a dark color background. As we scroll down here, again, you'll see we've got our call to action button. That's what they call buttons like this. That's asking you to click on something. And we've got that bright red, so it's really standing out. And then we've got the items that are selected here in this in this blue. So it's standing out, but not as much as what the designers of the website want you to do, which is to click on this button down here. And again, we've got a button here, which is red, so it's really standing out from everything else, so you can find out more information about this. And as we scroll down, you can see all of the text is dark against a light color background. And as we scroll down farther, you'll see that even in their graphics here, they're using gray, and then the areas that they want to stand out, they're using this red color again. So clearly, their highlight color that they're using is red, and then they're using this blue color as an alternate highlight color, sort of a less important highlight color. And that's how you're going to be able to draw attention to things in your website. It's not by using a lot of colors, not by really going crazy with that, but picking one really good standout highlight color and a couple of other colors to complement that, and then keeping all the other colors really simple and basic. So now what I want to show you guys how to do is how to sort of go ahead and figure out how to come up with your own color scheme for your website, because it's really important to figure that out ahead of time, because it's going to be really easy to add that to our website in the beginning. It's not that you can't change it later, you're definitely going to be able to change it, but it's going to be so much easier if you start out with a clear color scheme for your website. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the best way I like to do that is by using a tool here called Paletton, Paletton.com, because it's a website that's going to help you quickly and easily come up with a color palette. I'm not really a designer. What I do is I just go and look at what other people are doing and then try to implement that the best I can on the websites that I create. And that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do. Basically, how to take these really easy to use tools and make it look like you're, some sort of genius designer just by using the basic concepts that real professional designers know how to use. And that's what we're going to do right now. So to start out with our main color, we're going to enter that in here. But first, let's look at how I like to get my main color. Now, if you have already an existing business, you might have a logo that you've already created. So I've already got a logo here. And so you can see that the main color of this logo is this sort of turquoisey green-blue color. And it's not really important whether you have a logo or not. You can always add a logo later, but you do want to try to pick a color, like a main hero color, that's going to represent what your business is and what it's all about. So to find out what this color here is, I'm going to use a little Apple tool called the Digital Color Meter. And if you're on a Windows machine, I've got another video that will show you how you can also find the colors using a web tool, and I'll link to that right in the top of the video up here. But what you do with the Digital Color Meter is if you go up to the top and you click on View and then Display Values, you can set that to hexadecimal. And then what that's going to do is show you here what your mouse is pointing over in hexadecimal. So if we go over to this color that I've got here, the main color in my logo, you can see that the hexadecimal is 10A994, and we can enter that in to the Paladin website. So here we go. So now on our on the Paladin website, you just enter in that information. So it's 10A994, and then you just type OK. And there we go. So now we've got this main color here, and Paladin is already showing you some darker variations of that color and some lighter variations. And now we can start picking a color palette. And what I basically do is we have these buttons up here, which will allow you to pick 3 colors or 4 colors as your main color palette. What I like to do is just click on them and then find the color palette that I like the best and I think matches the best with this brand. So this here's a really good option. You can already see, since it's for a surf shop, we've got some great color options here. Here we've got contrasting colors, which I really like. I like to have that contrast between our main hero color and another color that maybe we can use as either one of these colors actually would be great for call to action buttons. So I really like that. And then here we go. We've got another option here. So we've got 2 sort of complementary colors. We've got this turquoisey green-blue color, and then we've got this blue color, and then we've got this orange color and this yellowish color. I kind of think I'm going to go with this color palette here for my website because it sort of says a lot about the beach to me. We've got the blues of the water and sort of the orangish skies of sunrise or sunset, which a lot of people associate with surfing. So I'm going to pick this as my color palette. And now what we can do is we can click on this Tables and Export button here, and we can see all of the different colors and the different color variations. So here we've got the main colors down here. We've got the first color that we started out with, the 10A994 color, and then the additional colors that were added to our color palette, plus light and dark variations. And what I like to do is I like to click on this As HTML button here, and I just like to make a PDF printout of this, or make a PDF version of it, and then save it to my website folder. I'm going to talk about my website folder in just a little bit after this. And that way, I've got easy access to what my colors are. You can also save this link right here, or use this link, and it'll take you right back to that color palette that you just created. Another thing that I like about using Paladin is that if we close this here, and if, say, we want to make one page that's like a really light page or a really dark page, but we still want to use similar colors to what we created in our color palette. Well, if you click over here to this Presets button over here, now we've got a bunch of different variations on that same color palette. So if you want a really bright, bold page, or a really bright, bold, say, flyer that you wanted to create, you can use your same colors from your website that you created with Paladin, but use this sort of brighter version of it. And if you wanted to make a dark page, you could use one of these darker versions of it. And you can click on those just like that, and it'll show you what that color palette's going to look like. And then you can use the Tables Export, and then you can export that color palette also, so you've got it to reference later on. So I think that that's a huge tip on making your website look professional right there, just with that. Okay, so now the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is a really basic concept, but one that I think is actually really important for keeping you organized and helping you move quickly while building your website. And that is to just create a folder on your computer where you're going to keep and store all of the sort of the basic information and basic content, like images that you're going to use on your website. So what I like to do is I like to make just one big folder called Website Surf Shop Folder in this example, so sort of the name of my website basically. And then I like to add these folders inside of it. So I like to add image optimized for Surf Shop. And I'm going to show you guys how to optimize images later on so that they're ready to be used on the web and they're not going to take a really long time to load. And we'll talk about that later, but that's one folder I like to have. I like to have a folder with the plugins and themes that I bought, just so that I've got a easy to access a backup copy of those things, and also so that it will help me later on remember all the things that I've bought to use on my website. I've got this raw images folder here. So these are the images, either the Photoshop files that I've created, or the images that came straight out of my camera or that I've downloaded to use on my website. I've got all of those in one place right here. And then if you're going to be backing up your website, which I highly recommend that you do, I like to have one folder on my computer, even if you're backing it up online. But I like to occasionally back up my website and then have a copy of it on my computer, just sort of give me that peace of mind. And then usually I also have a folder with like notes, or a folder with blog posts that I'm writing, or something like that on there, but I haven't created that yet. But what I would normally do is I would normally put this is the color palette for the website that was just created, that I was just talking about. So I've got that. I basically just saved it as a PDF to my computer, and then I saved it in my Wayne website folder, so I can always go back and easily reference that. And I highly recommend that if you're using this website for your business or for your brand, that you just continue to reference that color palette for no matter what you're doing, whether you're working on something on your website, whether you're making business cards, you're making t-shirts, whatever your flyers, whatever you're doing for your business, you want to reference the same color palette. So when somebody picks up, say, your business card and they go to your website, they can instantly see the colors match, and that these two things are part of the same entity, part of the same business organization, so that they know immediately just by looking at the colors that they're in the right place. Okay, and so a little bit of homework for you guys to do before you go on to the next video, and that is go ahead and create this folder. If you already have a logo, sort of play around with creating a color palette using Palatine in your logo. If you don't have a logo, you might go to some place like Fiverr, and you can look for logos on there. Basically, they've got people that will design logos for you. And what I recommend that you do, if you do use Fiverr, just go on to Fiverr, click on logo, or search for logo, and then just start scrolling down and finding the basic logo design that you already like, something that you think would work well for your brand, business, organization, whatever it is that you're making the website for. And it's really important to pick something that you already like, because chances are the person who's designing that logo is just going to make other logos that look very, very similar to that. So you want to pick one that you already like, and then select it. And if you already have the colors that you know you want to use, you can give that to them, and they'll be able to make your logo with that color. And if you don't, maybe you can get some ideas from them. I've used Fiverr before. I've had some pretty good luck with it, and it's sort of a little bit of a mixed bag. I definitely think that to get good results, you're probably going to wind up paying more than $5. But it's definitely a great place to at least get ideas, if not actually find somebody to help you make your logo. And the next piece of sort of homework for you guys to do is just go ahead and look at websites that you like and start thinking about the design that they used, the colors that they used, and see if you can sort of break down in your own mind what it is that you liked about them and what elements of that you would like to incorporate in your website. Because I'm going to show you how to make a website in this. I'm going to show you exactly how to use the tools. But of course, I want you to have your website not look exactly like the website I'm going to show you how to make, but I want to give you guys a base level of understanding on design and how to make your website, so that you can make a website that really matches what you want and what you think is going to resonate with your audience. And in the next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce you guys to some great hosting companies that I recommend for you to use, because you definitely need a place to build your website and a place to host your website. And what I want to do is just introduce you guys to a few different companies that I think are really good, and allow you guys to make the decision on which one you think is the best for your needs. So I've got definitely some opinions on what I think are the best, but not everyone's situation is the same. So I'm going to give you a few options to choose from, and then after that you can select which option you want, and I'll walk you through the exact process of how to get that set up and get WordPress set up, and then we can start building our website. So really exciting. Click on the next video and go ahead and let's start taking those steps to making our website.